10 shocking celebrity arrests. Hey Bestie! Listen, celebrities getting arrested is no longer news. What shocks us are the reasons why they got arrested and their reactions. Which is why today, we're counting down our top 10 picks of shocking celebrity arrests. Which celebrity arrest shocked you most? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Robert Downey Jr. Surrounded by drugs, his drug-addicted father allowed him to use marijuana at the tender age of 6. This was the beginning of his long struggle with drug and substance abuse, and by extension, the long arm of the law. Yeah, it'd be fair to say that Downey Jr. and arrests aren't strangers. In 1996, the Iron Man star was reported as the most recent casualty of Hollywood's heroin resurgence. This was after he was arrested for possession of heroin, cocaine, and an unloaded .357 Magnum handgun while speeding down Sunset Boulevard. The Iron Man star was sentenced to 3 years in the California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and State Prison on the 24th of April, 1996. Between 1996 and 2000, Robert was arrested at least 6 times and was jailed about 3 times. Fortunately, his story got better. Downey has since sought help and has been clean since 2003, and thankfully, we haven't had the trouble of reading about his arrests in the papers since. Let's move to yet another Hollywood celebrity's life ruined by substance abuse. Number 9. Lindsay Lohan.
In 2006, Lindsay began shooting the movie Georgia Rule. It should have been a dream job, but her old bad habits resurfaced, turning it into a nightmare.
In 2007, Lohan's life spiraled out of control, beginning with her May 26, 2007 arrest for DUI and possession of cocaine in Santa Monica, California. This earned her 90 days at the Century Regional Detention Facility in Linwood, California. However, she was eventually released after serving 28 days, and she was placed on 3 years of probation.
I want witnesses, if you're going to have a hearing, unless you have some sort of stipulation that both of you have reached prior to that date.
But like the troubled soul that she was, she kept getting in and out of trouble for misdemeanors, possession, reckless driving, and fleeing the scene of an accident. In January 2011, Lohan was arrested for stealing a $2,500 necklace from a Venetian jewelry store. However, she pleaded no contest to the charge and was sentenced to 120 days in jail and community service. Our next celebrity comes across with a flash. Meet number 8, Ezra Miller.
I'm being arrested for disorderly conduct?
Yeah.
Okay. I was assaulted in the street.
Warner Bros. Studio, the producers of the Harry Potter spin-off film and The Flash, in which Miller stars, has said that they are evaluating the situation. This was in response to the backlash for ignoring Ezra Miller's crimes. Ezra, who uses they/them pronouns, has been arrested several times over the past few years. They have also been accused of grooming children. Their first arrest was in Hawaii in March of 2022, when Miller was arrested for disorderly conduct and harassment after an incident at a bar. They were released on $500 bail. Up next, we have yet another case of assault in Hollywood, but this time it involves 2 celebrity pop stars. Number 7. Chris Brown.
This morning, singer Chris Brown is in trouble again. Police arrested him last night in West Palm Beach.
Chris Brown is also not a stranger to being arrested. As a matter of fact, according to Google Trends, searches for Chris Brown mugshot peaked in 2009, the same year that he was arrested for assaulting his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. Of the 4 times he was arrested, this was the most shocking. Aside from the widespread condemnation that greeted the violent assault, the arrest was particularly shocking because the arrest came just days before the Grammy Awards, where Brown was scheduled to perform. Talk about a career-defining moment. Number 6. Michael Jackson. The king of pop music, Michael Jackson, shocked the whole world in 2003 when he was arrested on charges of child molestation. The charges stemmed from an investigation by the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office, which began in 2000 after a 13-year-old boy accused Jackson of molesting him. The investigation lasted 3 years and resulted in the filing of 10 charges against Jackson. The trial lasted 5 months, began in February of 2005, and ended in an acquittal on all charges. Even though Jackson died in 2009 at the age of 50, the child molestation allegations against him remain a controversial topic. Moving on to number 5, George Michael.
Beverly Hills police officers arrested the singer, known as George Michael, engaging in a lewd act.
The scandal that greeted British pop star George Michael in April of 1998 was both shocking and life-changing for him. On the 7th of April, 1998, Michael was arrested by an undercover cop in a public restroom in Beverly Hills, California, for engaging in a lewd act. He was charged with indecent exposure and pleaded no contest. He was sentenced to community service and fined $1,000. This shocking event turned out to be a turning point in Michael's life because it became the opportunity for him to speak out about his sexuality. Unfortunately, he died in 2016 at the age of 53. Moving on to number 4, Reese Witherspoon.
I'm an American citizen.
I thought you get that car staying there, didn't I?
This is beyond. This is beyond.
One of Hollywood's queens of drama got her share of scandal in 2013. Reese Witherspoon was arrested for disorderly conduct after her husband, Jim Toth, was pulled over and arrested for suspicion of driving under the influence. The arrest occurred in Atlanta, Georgia, and was caught on video. In the video, Witherspoon can be seen arguing with the police officer who arrested her husband. She also used the phrase, "Do you know who I am?" which became a meme. Witherspoon later apologized for her behavior after she was released on bail and later pleaded no contest to the charge. She was sentenced to 36 hours of community service and fined $370. And now, for the top 3 spot on this list. Number 3 goes to Will Smith.
Oh, wow! Wow!
At the age of 20, Hollywood's finest, Will Smith, got arrested for aggravated assault. He was involved in a fight with a man named Randall Smith at a skating rink in Philadelphia. Smith pleaded guilty to simple assault and was sentenced to 6 months of probation, a fine, and community service. But hey, bestie, I can't leave out the good part. Remember the Oscars in 2022? Will Smith landed a resounding slap on Chris Rock's face right on the Oscars stage after Rock made a joke about his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. The LAPD was prepared to arrest Smith, but Rock declined to press charges. However, Smith was later banned from the Oscars for 10 years. Coming in at number 2, we have Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber's arrest on those DUI and resisting arrest charges allegedly shows Bieber behind the wheel of a fancy sports car.
Of the 3 times Bieber was arrested, perhaps the most shocking event was in January 2014. Bieber was arrested in Miami Beach, Florida, on charges of driving under the influence, driving with an expired license, and resisting arrest without violence. He pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to 2 years of probation, 12 hours of anger management classes, and 50 hours of community service. For a young prodigy and bright star like Bieber, his arrest was seen as a major fall from grace. Last but not least on our list is the heiress Paris Hilton.
Cocaine. A frank admission from Paris Hilton. She did have cocaine in her purse and lied about it when arrested in Las Vegas on August the 28th.
Paris Hilton has had several run-ins with the law, but nothing sticks out quite like the January 15th, 2007 episode. Hilton was arrested in Las Vegas, Nevada, on suspicion of cocaine possession. She was later released on bail and pleaded no contest to the charge. She was given a suspended sentence and warned that any new arrests in Las Vegas would result in her going to jail. So, When she was arrested in Miami Beach, Florida on suspicion of violating her probation by driving with a suspended license, she was sentenced to 45 days in jail, which she served in the Linwood Correctional Facility. There you have it. 10 shocking celebrity arrests. If you would like to know more about the life of the rich and ultra-famous, then subscribe to this channel and give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching and see you next time, bestie!